War is not a game!
So can you tell me why you're here today?
I'm here because I work with veterans, and I'm totally appalled that they could turn something that has traumatized so many people into a game, a reality show that makes young people think that going to war is going to be fun and exciting and interesting, when in fact it's simply about killing people, and that's what it is.
Thank you. Why are you here today?
Why are you here today?
Well, I'm Captain America. I'm here to remind people that war is not a game.
Okay, so war is not a game. I'm here because war is, this country is trying to make war a perpetual thing. That life, as we know it, will always have war. War is not fun. War is about killing. War is about occupying. War is about destroying and destruction. And war is about the destruction of democracies anywhere in the world. And it's not a game. It's not fun. People die.
Did you notice that they were showing commercials for this show during the Olympics?
Yes.
Actually, I didn't watch the Olympics, I'm sorry.
I noticed it was during the Olympics to get the maximum coverage. It's all part of this whole clever...
Well, wait a minute, I thought the Olympics was about body and spirit and peaceful cooperation.
Absolutely, and that's why it's another disgrace. It's an abomination that they're tying it into the Olympics and trying to drum up audience support for this.
Well, don't you know ratings is war?
And I don't understand what Wesley Clark is doing with this. Does he need the money? What's wrong with him? It's
to create the real conditions of war.
What does your sign say?
War is not a game.
Shame on NBC.
Shame on NBC.
All the wonderful details. Hi, can you tell me why you're here today?
I'm here to protest the glorification of war.
What do you mean by glorification of war? How can a television show glorify war?
Well, apparently that's what they're intending to do. I agree. How can it be done? We will see. But apparently they're trying to make it sexy and fun for people to watch celebrities competing with military people to use weapons of war, which I find an abomination.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, can you tell me why you're here today?
My name is Bob Carpenter. I'm a member of Veterans for Peace, Chapter 34. Just returned from the Convention of Veterans for Peace in Miami, Florida. And I'm here because I'm outraged. You don't play games with war. They don't take it seriously. There should be no war. Let's change the whole vision here. It's wrong. I mean, you're giving the wrong images out. The wrong images. It doesn't make sense. I mean, they need the money that badly to play on weapons and games. It's like a continuation of the video games. You know, what's wrong with these people? You know, they don't have enough money. They can't deal with something cultural that they can put on television, like a symphony orchestra or a classical ballet or folk music or something that is intelligent where people can learn from. I mean, this is garbage.
I noticed signs say war is not a game. What if we had one that said war is a marketing opportunity?
Of course. That's very good. I like that. It probably is. That's a good question. It is I mean, this is preparation. This is a mindset for people. They take it for granted. So when the real things happen, they don't flinch. It's the same way with the video games with the kids. I mean, take the example of the drones. The drones, for example. The people, they're playing video games in Colorado in the bases. I mean, thousands and thousands of miles away from the targets in Pakistan. It's crazy. It's out of control.
War is a painless game.
Not really. Not for the people that the bomb drops on their head.
Can you tell me a little bit about your service, sir?
What's that?
People watching this might want to know what credentials you have.
Okay, I was in the Army, U.S. Army, 1960 to 1966. Active duty for 2 years at Fort Hood, Texas, 2nd Armored Division. Hell on wheels.
Did you know Dave Klein?
No, I guess I did know Dave. Presente.
Any quick Dave Klein stories?
I have a few, but not right now. at the memorial.
Okay.
Fifth anniversary on November 10th in the afternoon at
Connolly's?
Connolly's.
Is it at Connolly's again?
Yes,
I was there with the first one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, maybe that's why I remember you.
That's exactly. Well, I know you as a folk singer.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know you for many years.
This is what we do. Thank you. What does yours say?
That's my wife's.
No, the sign.
Sign?
Yeah, the realities of war. Is there one you'd like to share that you haven't mentioned?
Well, I never saw war. I go to the VA hospital in New York on 23rd Street. Is keeping me alive. I've been there. I go there 3 times a week, and I hear stories, and you don't want to hear them. Period. I see the young boys coming home and women coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan. The vision has to change. The vision has to change. If it doesn't change, we're doomed. We're really doomed.
Do you think money can be made for peace instead of war? If it was more profitable to make peace?
There was a professor from Columbia University, and I have him half brain dead. I can't remember. Seymour Melman from Sane, and he taught at Columbia, and he believed that you could take the profit out of war and put it into other aspects of our society that was positive. Of course, nobody listened to him, and he's passed on. But there has to be another way. There has to be another way.
War is not a game show, it's reality. War is not a game show, it's reality.
Hi, can you tell me your name and what you're doing here today?
My name is Steve Chinland, and I'm here to demonstrate against the trivializing of war.
What do you mean trivializing? I thought war was important or harmful.
Well, I'm not sure it comes across that way on the NBC show, and they make it sound like a game, and it isn't a game. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. And that's
for those people who haven't seen the commercials, which I found abhorrent to play during the Olympics, what is proposed here? What's the big hubbub here?
the big hubbub is that there are more and more guys and women coming back from the war who are horribly depressed and committing suicide, and they don't talk about that in the press. There was one suicide a day for the first 6 months of this year. There are more suicides than there are combat deaths, and I believe there's a reason for that. And that is that it's a horribly depressing piece of work, and that isn't a noble cause. It's a horrible, horrible
But that's okay,
deception.
because we can have as sponsors the pharmaceutical companies, you know, to pay for the pills that will make people well.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, I was reading, did you read the Nicholas Kristof article in the New York Times on Sunday?
Yeah.
When it was he focused on one particular family and one particular individual, brilliant man who's had too many concussions and his mind is gone.
Well, they're not even doing that. They're not taking care of these guys who are coming home. They just cut them loose and they go off and shoot themselves.
Now, a cynic might say that's part of the design. Are we going that far? Or don't we just care enough to be that cynical?
I don't think we care enough. If we cared enough, we would figure it out.
So if I was the executive at NBC who was responsible for the show being on,
Yeah.
I'm standing right here. What are you going to tell me?
I wish you would take the show off the air and concentrate on games like baseball and soccer and
Unlike Olympic spirit stuff.
Olympic, wonderful. Olympics are the opposite of war. They're all about dignity and hard work and thoughtfulness and generosity and good sportsmanship, and that has nothing to do with war.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Would you care to add anything to that? It says war is hell. How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Because my father was in World War I, and he told me that war is hell, there is nothing good about war, and he enlisted. He wanted to go into the war, and when he went in, he found out what it was really like.
But if I was an NBC executive and said, yeah, well, ratings are hell.
Well, that's too bad. Concentrate on something more positive. That's the problem with our world, is that it's war happy, and there's so much killing and maiming all over this planet, and it's time that it stopped. We're for peace.
Son, so what's a grandmother doing here?
Well, we're sort of like universal grandmothers. You know, we care about all young people, and we don't want to see a show like this because it trivializes, glamorizes war. And in the meantime, people are dying in the real war. 6 soldiers died in Afghanistan Friday. And this seems like a slap in the face to the real soldiers in the real war.
But we hear people talk all the time about how we should honor those people in the military. Some of these people appear on NBC. Are you saying that like there's a conflicting message here?
Oh, definitely. This makes war a game, entertainment.
So if I represent NBC and this show, what are you going to tell me to my face?
I'm going to tell you to cancel this abomination.
Well, if I told you, but what if the ratings are good and we could actually, save the network?
Who cares? Let's save the soldiers and let's stop militarizing this country so that there's perpetual war.
Thank you.